Before I start, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. This story is personal, and I'd really like to hear your reactions. It was a Thursday night when my world quietly collapsed. I had just finished work, exhausted, when I heard the unmistakable tone of a message on my phone. I picked it up expecting a routine text from my wife, only to see a single line that froze my blood. Meet me outside. It's urgent. M. I didn't recognize the number at first, but the urgency was enough to send a jolt through me. I got in my car, heart pounding, and drove to the address. The street was quiet, dimly lit, the kind of night that makes you hyper-aware of every sound. And then he was there, tall, confident, and impossibly calm. I didn't even know him. "Your wife is leaving with me," he said, as if it were a casual fact. My mind went blank. I stared at him, struggling to understand if this was a joke, some kind of sick prank. I nodded, not out of agreement, not out of understanding, but out of shock. My chest tightened, and I could barely breathe. I didn't speak. Words had abandoned me. The signs had been there, subtle at first. Missed calls when she was at the gym, late nights at work that didn't add up, a faint perfume that wasn't hers lingering on the couch. I had told myself I was imagining things, that I was being paranoid. But that nod, that one silent acknowledgement, shattered every denial I had built for myself. That night, I drove home alone. The apartment felt unbearably empty. Her side of the bed was untouched, her toothbrush still in its holder. Every object, every memory, suddenly felt like evidence of betrayal. I replayed moments in my head. The way she laughed at his jokes during that dinner party, the sudden warmth in her text to M, the times I had caught her smiling at her phone and quickly hiding it. It all hit me at once, and I realized I had been living in a lie. I went to bed that night with my thoughts spiraling. Sleep didn't come. I felt a mixture of anger, confusion, and heartbreak, the kind that wraps around you so tightly it feels like it will crush you. I questioned myself first. Did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? And then, the more painful question, did she ever love me fully? Morning came with a kind of cruel clarity. I woke to a text from her. I needed to be honest. "I'm sorry it has to hurt you this way." The words blurred on the screen as tears filled my eyes. I wanted to scream, to beg, to pull her back, but a strange calmness settled over me. This was reality, and denial wouldn't change it. I confronted her later that morning. She sat across from me, guilt etched into her features, but there was no malice, only regret. "I didn't plan for it to be like this," she said quietly. "I never wanted to hurt you, but I can't keep pretending either. I need to be with him." I looked at her, really looked, and I saw the woman I had loved so deeply, but also the distance that had quietly grown between us, unnoticed. My heartbreak was real. Yes, but so was the truth. We had both played parts in this tragedy, whether we realized it or not. The emotional fallout was slow and suffocating. Everyday reminders cut like tiny knives. Her favorite mug still on the counter, the sound of her laughter in a voicemail I had saved, the way our home suddenly felt too quiet. Memories I once cherished now carried a bitter sting. I questioned every smile, every touch, every promise, wondering if any of it had been genuine. But amidst the pain, I discovered something unexpected, a resilience I didn't know I had. The betrayal forced me to confront my own worth, my own identity outside of this relationship. I realized that lingering love doesn't have to mean lingering suffering. I could grieve her absence while still honoring myself. The turning point came one afternoon, weeks later, when I found myself standing by the window, watching life go on outside. The sun was warm, the city bustling, indifferent to my pain. And for the first time in weeks, I allowed myself a small, quiet hope. I would survive this. I would rebuild. And one day I might even find peace, not because she returned, not because anything external healed me, but because I chose to reclaim my own life. We said our final goodbyes calmly, without shouting, without bitterness. I wished her well, and she left, taking a piece of my heart with her. But I didn't break. I stood there alone but whole, and I knew that life had more chapters for me. Chapters where betrayal didn't define my happiness. Chapters one could write for myself. Even now, when I think back to that night, to that nod, and to the text that changed everything, I feel the ache of heartbreak. But I also feel the strength that emerged from it, the understanding that self-respect, honesty, and personal resilience matter more than clinging to a love that no longer serves you. If you've ever faced betrayal, heartbreak, or loss, remember this. Surviving it isn't just about enduring pain. It's about discovering your own strength, learning your worth, and knowing that the end of one story can be the beginning of another.